Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, together with the Presidential Communications Office.
We bring you the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news coverage from the People's Television, IBC, Philippine News Agency, Philippine Information Agency, and Presidential Broadcast Service. I'm Princess Abiba Saripauda.
And I'm Joe Fernandez from Radyo Pilipinas. Welcome to
Balitang Pambansa.
Tonight's headlines. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and cabinet officials are thoroughly reviewing the 2025 national budget to ensure key projects are prioritized and that they conform to the Constitution. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. encourages the public to watch and support the Metro Manila Film Festival or MMFF 2024 entries. The Office of Civil Defense is set to hold a tsunami preparedness meeting tomorrow to discuss strategies and effective contingency measures. 69 cases of firecracker-related injuries have been reported days before the New Year revelry. The Philippines-Korea Free Trade Agreement, which is expected to boost trade and investment ties in various sectors, takes effect on the last day of the year. The Department of Agriculture mulls the removal of brand labels on imported rice to combat alleged price manipulation in markets. The Palace assured all provisions of the 2025 General Appropriations Act will be thoroughly checked to make sure everything is in accordance with the Constitution. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin says President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and his cabinet are thoroughly examining the proposed 2025 national budget to make sure it is constitutional and all of the Marcos administration's priority and legacy programs are appropriately funded. He added the leader of the land is aware the government should be careful in spending and allocating the limited fiscal resources of the country. This comes after a call to rid the national budget of unconstitutional items before the President signs it. Despite all the criticism, Malacanang remains positive the 2025 national budget will be utilized according to the actual intent of the government and in adherence with the sacred Constitution.
We go to the movies for sheer entertainment and amusement that are amped up or amplified each time we bring those close to us to share in the wholesome experience. And this year's array of 10 homegrown films on exhibit at the Metro Manila Film Festival covers various genres. Meanwhile, the President has personally weighed in by urging all Filipinos
Nothing is more joyous than celebrating Christmas with family because throughout the year, this is the time when every family, kin, and friend come together. And of course, a classic Filipino family bonding activity during Christmas is watching top-tier films at the Metro Manila Film Festival, which celebrates its 50th year this 2024. That's why President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. himself lauded the film entries in the film festival, especially since, according to him, these films bring happiness to every Filipino family this holiday season.
Ngayong Kapaskuhan, bibidang muli ang mga kwento ng ating lahi dahil ito sa espesyal na selebrasyon na ika-50 taon ng Metro Manila Film Festival na bahagi na ng ating buhay at kultura bilang Pilipino. Ang mga magagandang pelikulang kalahok ngayon ang Golden Year ng MMFF ay siguradong magbibigay ng gintong saya at mag-iiwan ng mga ginintuang aral.
The President also encourages and invites everyone to patronize the MMFF and come together to celebrate the arts and culture of Filipino films.
Ang kilikin po natin ang kwentong Pilipino. Suportahan po natin ang Metro Manila Film Festival 2024. Isama ang buong pamilya, buong barkada at panoorin ang 10 pelikula na handog ng MMFF. Mabuhay ang pelikulang Pilipino.
The Movie and Television Review and Classification Board also emphasized the importance of the MMFF, which is more than just an annual film festival because also a way to celebrate Filipino artistry and creativity. And by supporting the participating films, we can help further strengthen the country's movie industry. This year, 10 films are competing in the annual film festival. So whether you're into horror, comedy, thriller, drama, or love stories, the MMFF has you covered. From PTV Manila, Kenneth Pasyente, Balitang Pambansa.
Mount Canlaon's rumbling and recent activities have put both volcanologists and the public on edge. Over the last several days, Canlaon has discharged an average of 66,000 tons of highly toxic sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere and raising the alert to level 4. PTV's Rod Lagusa discusses the three options PHIVOLCS authorities are likely to adopt over the coming days.
PHIVOLCS has not yet ruled out the possibility of elevating the alert level for Canlaon volcano to level 4 following the recent volcanic activity in the past few days, including on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Kapag alert level 4, we're looking at low-level magmatic eruption underway, then hazardous eruption imminent, which can progress to highly hazardous eruption within hours or days.
In this situation, the danger zone may be expanded up to 10 kilometers or more. Canlaon volcano is currently at alert level 3, which means a hazardous eruption is possible within weeks. According to PHIVOLCS, in the last 24 hours, 2 ash emissions were recorded, with the highest reaching 400 meters. 20 volcanic earthquakes were also documented. More than 6,000 tons per day of sulfur dioxide were recorded yesterday, which is higher compared to December 24. Bacolcol explains that there are 3 possible scenarios being considered. First, magma might rise slowly and flow out of the volcano's crater, which would take longer but cause less damage. Second, magma could rise quickly, possibly leading to an explosive eruption, where there will be a possibility of pyroclastic density current, raising the danger level. Third, volcanic activity could cease and the alert level may be lowered.
Normally, ang observation natin dito, dapat consistent na pagbaba would be at least 1 month. Yun yung tinitingnan natin. So again, kapag nagpa-fluctuating yung mga parameters natin, hindi natin pwedeng maibaba pa. We have to assess this on a day-to-day basis and check yung lahat ng parameters. Kasi hindi lang pwedeng dumadami yung earthquakes natin and then yung sulfur dioxide bumababa.
According to data from the Office of the Civil Defense as of December 26, nearly 12,000 families have been affected by the eruption of the volcano. Currently, more than 4,000 families are staying in evacuation centers. From PTV Manila, Rod Lagusa, Balitang Pambansa.
The Office of Civil Defense, or OCD, is set to hold a meeting tomorrow to enhance tsunami preparedness in the Ilocos region, Cagayan Valley, and the Central Luzon. OCD Administrator and NDRRMC Executive Director Undersecretary Ariel Nepomuceno will lead the meeting. Regional directors will present their contingency plans in response to recent earthquakes in Ilocos Sur, raising concerns about the possible tsunamis. Nepomuceno also emphasized that public warnings about the potential tsunamis must be simple, clear, and easy to understand, such as run to higher ground, not evacuation centers. Furthermore, he issued urgent directives during an emergency preparedness meeting addressing threats from the shear line, Canlaon volcano's eruption, and offshore earthquakes in Ilocos Sur. He urged the Office of Civil Defense Regional Offices and Local Government Units, or LGUs, to enhance contingency plans, improve communication strategies, and refine evacuation measures.
The Marcos administration has provided over 123.69 million pesos worth of aid to those affected by the activities of Mount Canlaon. A report from the Philippine News Agency said the Department of Social Welfare and Development has prepositioned 31.96 million pesos in Quick Response Fund, as well as 5 million pesos for its field offices in Regions 6 and 7, and 40.88 million pesos in its other field offices that also augment the relief efforts in their respective areas. Likewise, the agency has prepositioned essential supplies, or some 261,018 family food packs, in its disaster response centers.
The Department of Social Welfare and Development partnered with local government units to bring Christmas cheer to Mount Canlaon evacuees in Regions 6 and 7 on December 24 and 25. Activities included food distribution, gift giving, and games for all ages. DSWD Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao emphasized the collective effort to spread holiday spirit despite the challenges. As of December 26, DSWD has provided over 52 million pesos in assistance to 11,883 affected families, with 4,454 families taking shelter in 32 evacuation centers. She added they will continue to support affected families and ensure they will receive the help they need until the situation improves.
Various government agencies are ramping up preparations to ensure a safe and smooth New Year celebration for all. PTV's Charms Espina has more.
The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, or CAAP, is gearing up for the New Year celebration after ensuring smooth Christmas travel through proactive planning measures and collaboration with airport stakeholders. According to the Philippine News Agency's report, with the expected arrival of the second wave of holiday travelers, the CAAP remains on heightened alert to maintain safe and efficient airport services in line with the directive of the Department of Transportation's Oplan Biyaheng Ayos Pasko 2024. The Department of the Interior and Local Government, or DILG, will deploy 78,000 police officers and firefighters nationwide to ensure a safe New Year celebration. Of this, 40,000 will come from the Philippine National Police, or PNP, and 38,000 from the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, or BJMP. Meanwhile, the Bureau of Fire Protection, or BFP, is on red alert status until January 2 and encourages local governments to implement total ban on firecrackers and pyrotechnics. The Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, remains on heightened alert in preparation for passenger travel during the New Year celebration. According to Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Commodore Algier Ricafrente, starting tomorrow, they expect an inflow of passengers at various ports across the country. Ricafrente assured to prioritize passenger safety, particularly with the ongoing effects of the shear line. The Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, or PITX, is also gearing up for the anticipated surge of New Year travelers, expecting 1.8 million passengers heading to the provinces to celebrate the holiday. This is higher than the 1.2 million passengers who traveled home between December 20 and 25. Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, has deployed personnel to manage traffic and conduct clearing operations around bus terminals in PITX, Parañaque, and Cubao, Quezon City. The North Luzon Expressway, or NLEX, is also preparing for a high volume of motorists beginning tomorrow through Saturday. From PTV, Charms Espina, Balitang Pambansa.
The Department of Health, or DOH, reported 26 more fireworks-related injuries, or FWRIs, were recorded in various regions of the country. A report from the Philippine News Agency says total number of FWRIs has climbed to 69 for the period of December 22 to December 26. The Health Department reminded the public to ensure the safety of children and prohibit them from using firecrackers and noisemakers just like Boga, 5-Star, and Piccolo, which have been the leading causes of accidents thus far.
The Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group, or PNP-ACG, shut down 115 online platforms selling illegal firecrackers, including Facebook pages, X accounts, and a website. Based on the information gathered by the Philippine News Agency, 208 more platforms are being monitored. Acting ACG Chief Brigadier General Bernard Yang said they are increasing patrols to find violators, reminding that selling illegal firecrackers can lead to fines of 20,000 to 30,000 pesos and up to 1 year in prison. From December 6 to 26, the ACG carried out 8 operations, arrested 10 people, and seized firecrackers worth over 76,000 pesos. Up next, the free trade agreement between the country and South Korea takes effect on December 31.
The Agriculture Department eyes the removal of brand labels on imported rice. The news continues after some important reminders. Stay tuned.
Sa paggamit ng isang bagay na kahit tagal inasam, bawat hakbang ay tila hamong walang hanggang. Ngunit sa tagumpay na makakamtan, ligaya'y abot langit kay sarap sa kalooban. Panoorin ang kwento ni Tatay Domingo kung paano ang kanyang matagal na paghihintay sa titulo ng lupa ay nahahalintulad niya sa kanyang matyagang panliligaw sa kanyang mahal na asawa.
Ako si Domingo Pata Jr., 79 anyos, nagpuyo sa Barangay Igang, Calabian Liti. Na ako'y asawa, Antonia Elpada, may 5 kabuk anak. Ang akong pagpanguyab kan Antonia, sama sa paghulat ko sa titulo sa yuta. Sa ito nga panahon, wala ko mawad ng paglaong. Sa ako paghulat sa titulo sa akong yuta. Nagatuo ko nga sa tanang butang makabot o muabot tra ang ginatawag nga tamang panahon.
Sa ilalim ng administrasyon ni Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. at sa pamamahalan ni Agrarian Reform Secretary Conrado Estrella III, ang pamamahagi ng mga titulo ng lupa ay tumaas ng 2,560%.
Dako ang akong pagpasalamat kay Presidente Bongbong Marcos para sa iya pagtagad sa mga parauma.
Wish namin sa inyo isang masaya at ligtas na bagong taon at Pasko. Kapag magre-regalo, siguraduhin non-toxic at angkop ito sa edad ng pagbibigyan mo. Kapag pupunta sa mataong lugar, ingatan ang mga gamit, pati na ang mga kasamang paslit. Enjoyin ang handaan, pero balanced diet ay huwag kalimutan. Huwag magmaneho ng lasing para di maging peligro sa daan. Umiwas na muna sa mga delikatong pampaingay at manood na lang ng fireworks display sa TV o sa barangay. Hanapin ang ICC mark kapag bibili ng Christmas lights o pailaw. Iwasan ang overloading ng mga electric outlet at i-unplug ang lahat ng kagamitan kung aalis ng tahanan. I-secure din ang bahay kapag ito ay iiwan at kung kaya rin lang, ibili nito sa mapagkakatiwalaang kaanak o kaibigan. Mga paalala para sa isang masaya at ligtas na pagdiriwang mula sa PTV para sa bayan.
The Embassy of Korea reported the country's free trade agreement, or FTA, with South Korea is set to take effect on December 31. The free trade agreement between the country and South Korea will boost the nation's exports like bananas and pineapples by enhancing market access while fostering economic growth through expanded Korean investments in advanced manufacturing, creating quality jobs in sectors such as automobiles, electronics, and energy. Meanwhile, Korean ambassador to the Philippines, Lee Sang-wha, said the Philippines-Korea free trade deal is the beginning of a new chapter in the nation's strategic partnership.
Unscrupulous rice traders, middlemen, and retailers are exploiting the special and premium labels on imported rice to arbitrarily and unilaterally raise prices and fleece the Filipino consumer and public. So the DA is willing to strip the labels of imported rice off and/or declare a food security emergency to ultimately bring down the cost of imported staple grains, as PTV's Clazel Pardilla narrates in this report.
Special rice is what Rogelio usually buys because aside from its fragrance, it is also delicious when cooked. He is cautious when choosing this type of rice, especially since it is expensive.
Naka-experience na ako ng ganyan. Kasi pag espesyal yan, pero pag amoy mo, wala namang amoy. Pero yung tunay, siyempre mabango pag inaamoy. Yun, at saka tinitingnan din kung ano ba, wala bang mga halo. Yan, o naninilaw.
According to the price monitoring of the Department of Agriculture, imported rice that is well milled is priced at 40 to 46 pesos per kilo. Special rice ranges from 52 to 60 pesos, while premium rice is sold at 54 to 64 pesos. The Agriculture Department believes the price of imported rice is too high. To lower the cost, the DA is planning to remove labels from imported rice. The premium and special labels on imported rice are allegedly being used as excuse to manipulate and increase rice prices.
Halimbawa, ang landed niya 40 lang. Pero dahil gagawin nila, ibabrand nila premium or special, at ganito yung brand, ang magiging presyo niya higher, nagiging nakita namin 60 plus. Parang sobra-sobra yung profit na nakukuha nila. Talagang naabuso yung paglalagay ng premium at special.
Mari Deto has been selling rice for decades, said she only adds 2 pesos per kilo for imported rice.
Hindi namin ilalagay ang hindi special. Magtatanong ang tao, ano ba itong binili ko? Bakit mahal? Special yan eh. Mas madaling maintindihan yun dahil yung pera nila may katumbas na special, yung price.
For now, the DA is also considering declaring a food security emergency to ease the high prices of rice. This could allow the National Food Authority to release buffer stocks of rice or authorize the FTI to import large quantities of rice to compete with importers.
Dalawa kasi yung condition dun eh. Una ay kulang yung supply. Pangalawa, yung mataas yung presyo. Kagaya ngayon, nakikita natin na mataas ang presyo. So that's a possibility. Kailangan NPCC ang magre-recommend kay Secretary, and si Secretary can declare food emergency upon careful recommendation.
From PTV Manila, Kalaysal Pordilia, Balitang Pambansa.
The International Monetary Fund, or IMF, says the Philippine government has made huge strides in addressing money laundering and counterterrorism financing, a report from the Philippine News Agency says. The Marcos administration has been taking steps to curb money laundering and counterterrorism financing as a way of preventing illegal activities from continuing by limiting the financial capacity of such ventures. Meanwhile, the Financial Action Task Force, a global money laundering and terrorist financing watchdog, determined the Philippines has substantially completed its action plan, which is a welcome development.
For our weather, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, is affecting Mindanao and Palawan, while the northeast monsoon is affecting northern Luzon. Based on Pag-asa's latest weather forecast, Mindanao, Negros Island region, Central Visayas, Leyte, Southern Leyte, and Palawan will have cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. The northeast monsoon will bring cloudy skies with rains in Cagayan Valley and Cordillera Administrative Region. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms will be felt in Ilocos region. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to localized thunderstorms.
And that concludes our rundown of the latest, widest, and most comprehensive news and information from all across the nation. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Joe Fernandez.
This is your trusted news source, always ready to inform and serve the Filipino people. Catch Balitang Pambansa again tomorrow at 7 a.m., 12 noon, 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. for more updates and developments. From Radyo Pilipinas, I'm Princess Abiba Saripaudak, and this is
Balitang Pambansa.